Okay, this video came about as an observation from one of my viewers. Okay, let's back up a little. One of my very first videos when I got back into oil pastels was a sketchbook spread. And don't worry, I'll be returning to some soft pastels and other materials soon. So, in that original spread, I didn't dive deeply enough for one of my viewers as to how to get a nice polished image. This video is dedicated to just that. Let's get started. Many people have a major problem with oil pastels. They find them hard to work with. So today we're going to do a little demo to explore blending, creating crisp images and clean sharp edges. I'm going to be using the Winsor & Newton pastel paper. It's fairly smooth but has a slight grain. Before we begin, a quick reminder, clean your pastel. For highlights, always keep a white pastel handy. We'll be using a lot of it today. For this petal, we'll be using green, blue and yellow, and a touch of white. Let's begin with the lightest colour. Now you can go straight up and down with strokes, or you can scumble lightly to create texture. The choice is up to you. When it comes to the sides of the petal, I like to use the edge of the pastel to get some nice clean lines and edges. Now this paper has a bit of texture, so you'll see a slight grain. That's normal with lots of papers. You can blend gently to smooth things out. I'm not crazy about using my fingers, and I'd most likely use my paper tortillon here. Let's talk about a few more essential tools here. A soft brush for brushing away residue, a large eraser for quick corrections, and a small one for tiny details. Some paper to protect your artwork, some paper towel, and a toothpick, which we probably won't use too much this time around. Back to our petals. It takes a bit of effort sometimes to get a nice, smooth, blended surface. You've got to experiment. Try blending on separate pieces of paper before you do the finished product. Now let's move on to one of my favorite tools. Next, we'll be using some tortillons or blending stumps. I put them all together, but the paper one is my favorite. We'll be using red, orange, yellow and white for this petal. I'll start with my darker color this time, some red, then the orange, and blend upward into the yellow and white. You can smooth it out or keep it textured. It's totally up to your style choice. It's important with a hard tortillon not to press too hard, or you'll lift the color instead of blending it. A light touch works best for blending. I find the harder tortillons better for soft pastels than for oil pastels. Now for blending, I prefer the paper one. With my paper tortillon, instead of whittling it down all the time, I'd wipe it with a bit of paper towel and then rub the tip with the color that I'm going to use. That way, no surprises, and it works beautifully. I can blend both body and edges with this tool. I found a use for the cheaper oil pastels. Now these are even harder than wax crayons. Let's put these hard pastels to use. For this petal, we're going to use red, pink, and white. This paper does have some texture. With cardstock, you get a more smoother effect, and you wouldn't have to worry about these bumps. Interesting. Discoveries. The Crayola pastel actually produces less residue on this paper. Nice. Now let's blend lightly. I'm using the white pastel to soften the transitions. Now we're using the edge of these very dry pastels to tighten the edges. The key thing is to experiment. If you're trying to blend with the hard pastels, then you have to tap. Don't press too hard. If you press too hard, you're scraping off the pigment. I really wouldn't use these in the body of any drawing. I'll use them probably just to tighten the edges. This is probably my least favorite tool, but you know what? These dry pastels now have a function, and that's always a good thing. Though somehow I don't think I'll be buying them again. Okay, my next indispensable tool, colored pencils. They're great for refining edges or cleaning up outlines once your pastel layer is laid down. I usually match my colored pencils to my pastel colors. Dark blue with dark blue, pink with pink, and so on. Now for particularly challenging pigments, my tortillon comes in really handy. Okay, now look at that edge. Let's get a close-up. All I have to do is run the pencil carefully along the edge to sharpen it up. It instantly makes your work look polished. Da, da, da. Look at this. So I've saved the best for last. Can you guess? Yes, the wax crayons. For blending, you know what? These are my favorite tool. For this petal, we're going to use blues and white. Now, remember, make sure your pastels are clean before you begin. Now we're going to start with the dark at the bottom, the lighter blue in the middle, and then the white. I find that the Crayola blues blend beautifully together. That done, let's tighten up these edges. Ooh, my favorite secret weapon, regular crayons. Yes, really. Again, match the colors to your pastel colors. Amazing. And now, a really truly secret weapon. A clean white crayon can act as a colorless blender for your oil pastels. It can smooth rough edges and polish your color transitions. Okay, so there you have it. 5 really great ways to take command of your oil pastels. Once you've mastered this, what I want you to do is check out my sketchbook page, the one full of oil pastel flowers. Give it a try. If you have any questions, drop me a line. You're going to learn so much. Oh, one more thing. Let's finish the pestle. I keep calling it pestle. It might be pistol. Anyway, right now it's looking a little bit like the NBC logo. Hope I don't get a copyright strike. Now, let's finish off this pistol. We're going to make use of the white of the paper. You don't want to cover every spot with pastel. We're starting with simple dots. Now, how you apply this, it's up to you. Remember, you're developing your skills. You can use lines, dots, radiating lines, whatever floats your boat. Now, look at that. All done. I hope you got a lot out of this video. Thank you to everyone who watched my original pastel spread. Thank you for the comments, and a special thank you to the viewer who wanted to see how you polish your oil pastels. Remember to go check out the whole spread. You're going to learn so much more. Wishing you much love, happy creating, peace. Oh, before I go, I did consider offering an outline of the spread, nothing too detailed, and here it is actually. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to make it available. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. If we can figure it out, I'll put a link in the description.